Hi and welcome back to Ultrasign, and we are finally going to listen to some OPETH. And OPETH is, one of those band that, well, if you listen to some subculture music in Sweden, you know about OPETH. Even if you don't listen to them, you know about them because they are big, and in progressive metal, they're big all over the world. So, but their latest album they released in both Swedish and English, and they write the text in Swedish first and then translate it. So you should really, if you can listen to it in Swedish, then have subtitles to it or something, because it's something different. And I really like bands that release music in their own language. But enough about that. Svekets Prins, OPETH. Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. Let's. Yeah, very funny.
Yeah, very.
Oh, I love that
Okay.
track.
Yeah.
And
So,
uh,
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, but just to begin with, so classic words of our um late Prime Minister Olof Palme. To begin with the video with a word that everyone in Sweden knows, almost, or at least in our generation. But that's just begin strong. Um, in some point, it's a
Yeah,
brave thing to do.
it, it, uh, it kicks off
Yeah,
uh, saying that this is important somehow.
yeah,
What's gonna come?
yeah, and it's and yeah, okay. Enough about that. Any thoughts about the track?
Yeah, a lot. I mean, okay, OPETH is an institution, and it's almost like a cultural heritage in Sweden, or should be eventually. But this is a great track, uh, and it's so dynamic and it's so well performed. Everything and sound is great, of course, as usual, and uh, the video I think is amazing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's so far out. How I mean to write the script and then and actually make it. Uh, yeah, it's impressive. I think it's really cool, and it goes very well with the music.
Yeah, it's very fitting to the story in the music
Yeah,
and
and I
the
I think yeah. Sorry, go on.
no, go ahead.
I think in the future, I mean, we talked about stuff like this before, not with about this band in particular, but uh, in the way into the future, in 200-300 years, if there is, you know, society still, I think bands like this and this band also in particular will be something that's uh, seen as typical music of an era
Mm.
that is kind of intricate, complicated, and like lots of the music we call classical music today. I think this
Yeah,
is the classical music of the future.
yeah,
It
you can actually see people, some sci-fi comedy almost, that oh, let's listen to some classic music, and they set
Yeah,
they play opera or something like that,
yeah,
because this
and
is music that will survive. Yeah,
yeah, that's what I meant with it. They're almost like a cultural
yeah,
heritage, and but that's everything that is from a positive point of view. Of course, I think this is now very relevant, and it's great.
yeah,
It's the only thing I have a problem with, but that's just me because I'm damaged. I think I I I have a problem with the Swedish lyrics in general.
yeah.
It was a bit unusual to hear them singing in Swedish in this one, but
Well, I know they have released some track now and then in Swedish. That's
yeah,
a lot of bands do that, but this to release a whole album in just as and the Swedish album is the main one, and write lyrics to it. I think it's a fantastic thing to do, but it's
yeah,
still
me too.
when you know OPEF and you know the sound of OPEF, even if they have done a lot of progress from every album. So it's like this is very different because of it's Swedish. It's something that feels
Yeah,
a bit off almost
yeah.
because
But
you're
that,
not used to it most of the
but
part of it.
people who don't know this or don't have a history with the band, and this was, let's say, the first track they hear, then to them it's not strange.
No,
So,
and even people that know, and if you lyrics important, and I think the lyrics here is great, even if it's hard to hear all the lyrics in this in this
in the
version.
mix,
Yeah,
yeah,
but even even if you don't understand Swedish, I almost think it's better because here it's and I've sung it many times before with OPETH. The singing is just an instrument layer, almost like an instrument layer. So it's not almost like if you don't understand the lyrics, you almost think about the singing like a more like it's meant to be, just like a instrument almost.
yeah.
And I think that's and you don't think about what he's singing, you think about what the feeling his singing gives you, and I think I think that's so you don't have to know the lyrics because and for
No,
enjoy this
true.
because almost the music itself and his voice give you almost the story for the lyrics anyway.
Yeah, that's true. It's
But
just yeah.
yeah,
That's the only thing, because I know I would not have this feeling at all when I hear the same track in English.
well,
It's
I
just,
have heard it and I think it's not as good because
oh,
uh, well, you hear that is translated from
oh
Swedish.
yeah, okay,
It's not just that they wrote them both, and uh, it doesn't matter how good you are in translation and
no,
translate things, because in every translation you do, even if you can the language to 100%, you miss something that are meant to be, that are the language's own poesy or something like that in every translation.
I agree,
S-
and I know this from experience.
So
It doesn't uh, really come out as good, and I've done records like this
yeah,
where
and
it's something gets lost
yeah,
lost in translation. Yeah,
and it could be just be a culture reminder that one word give you or that means
yeah,
something special in Swedish that don't exist in English. So you have to replace the word with something else that means something else in English,
yeah,
and have something else going behind the word, have some else history or something. Uh,
yeah.
and Well, that is also a very big philosophic thing. We shouldn't talk about now, but we could sometimes for
Yeah.
sure. But I love they doing stuff like this because uh, the main part why I love it is that they dare to continue to progress, and they dare to go home. They are Swedish. I think they are from Stockholm, and they are so very very big in the whole world. And then you have okay, we release an album in Swedish. It could be like people, what the fucking are you doing? But to dare to do that, and I know that their fans love it anyway. But yeah,
No, but I
uh,
think I admire that. I mean, uh, that's the way to do it. I mean, that's great.
and well, okay, enough about this. And glad you liked it. And
I like it very much.
Okay. See you later. Bye.
Bye.